Hello, welcome to Twinventures, Six Flags again. Here we go. Six Flags San Francisco, which is also known as Six Flags Discovery Kingdom.
Not built as a Six Flags park, it was an acquisition. San Francisco's Six Flags Discovery Kingdom has a large focus on animals, and that's because of the park that was originally purchased. So it had a lot more animal representation, from dolphin shows to animal enclosures to animal themed attractions. But it also had all of the random other like Six Flags theming items like DC and Looney Tunes and whatnot. So it was this very weird like identity crisis of a park.
So we'll stick with the front side of the park first, which is all like the big thrill type rides.
Yeah.
So we rode the Joker coaster because you have to ride that, and they're all completely different. Like that at least I'll give them is that each of their Joker rides, like whatever themes of the Joker, is a different type of ride.
Yeah.
So like this one was a coaster. It was very nice, similar to the carnival type ride in Georgia, but not exactly.
This was the one where the girl in front of me, her hair was super long and it hit me in the face.
Yes.
That was really I mean, she apologized, so it didn't bother me as much, but I was still bothered.
This one had a lot of random closures. This was the part where we were like, we're going to go to the... it's
the
closed.
ride is closed. Oh, let's try the... Oh,
and it wasn't even that the ride was closed. It was just like... Because it was like a temporary... Yeah, but there was nobody working there, and it was really odd. So at the end of the day, we went to the guest services, and we're like, hey, we just wanted, like, we're not complaining, we just want to know
what happened.
Because, like, is it because it's like an off-season time of the day? Because it was a Thursday when we got there, right?
Yeah.
So we were like, maybe it's just because it's not a weekend, like, that these rides are closed. She goes, what rides are closed? And we listed them all off, and she went, what? So they were super confused. There was no reason for them to be closed. So they had no idea either.
Yeah.
So it was odd. We did... The Superman coaster here was one that like went back and forth, and it was a coaster, but then it went backwards all the way through the loop, and it was like the giant S, and that
had a long wait.
That had a long wait. It was a good ride.
Yeah.
It was different than the other ones again.
Yeah. Because usually Superman is a flying coaster, which I mean, like, at least that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm looking at these. Some of these I'm like, oh, I recognize this, and some of them I'm like, I think we did Cobra. I don't remember. I'm looking at pictures. Some of these had more of an impact, as you can tell. Once you ride a bajillion coasters, they all kind of blend together.
The Harley Quinn coaster wasn't open yet. It was under construction.
Yes.
It was in testing.
Same thing with the Wonder Woman.
The Lasso of Truth.
The Lasso, yes. I think we did Medusa, and I think we did Kong. One of the best rides that we went on there was the gorilla ride in the back. It was a... You know this type of ride.
I can't recall the company or the, I'm not recalling any of the information.
It's a spinny ride, like a carnival ride, but it was like one of the first designs of this type of ride. But the gorilla head was in the middle and spun around, and all of the things that you were in were his hands, so there were like 12 hands, and it was really weird.
It had kind of a drum beat to it, and I think it was just because the ride was old, so it gave you kind of a Jumanji feel.
Yeah.
This is where we saw the penguin that was in 51st Dates. This is where a stingray got super attached to me.
Oh, because this is the one with the weird water area.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, this is where they had a little, like, stingray petting touch pool. And this one stingray kept, like, he was doing little circles to keep coming back underneath my hand, to the point that another guest was like, wow, that stingray really likes you. And I was like, I don't know what it is, but little sea pancake puppy. They had a Thomas section that had been rethemed, and
the website still says temporarily closed. Like, everything it's been closed temporarily for like years, apparently.
That's disgusting.
This makes me furious. This one also had a Looney Tunes area that we did not really...
We glanced
at it and was like,
it's there.
This one had a lot of picture opportunities.
This is the one where we had luggage, and it wouldn't fit in the lockers. So the, like, cast member, the guy working there was like, oh no, lost and found. you can collect your items at Lost and Found. So basically, they held our bags for us.
Yeah.
Which was great. Because we had heavy luggage for a week of for a weekend of conventioning, and no way we were lugging that through the park. It was just not happening. We went straight from the airport to the park.
Yeah.
Because we're those dorks.
We knew getting to and from there was not exactly near.
It wasn't close to anything else, so we might as well just do it at the beginning of the trip.
And get it out of the way.
Priorities.
And it, like this park was probably the most unique because it was a previously owned park.
Yeah. It had some self-identity left.
But it was still like, and there wasn't anything wrong specifically with the people at this park. It was more so the fact that nothing was open and everything was super busy.
And it was every time we were like, I would have been when I ride that. Oh, it's closed. And then you'd loop back around and it was maybe open again, or like you couldn't tell.
They were doing testing. There was one ride that was completely off the track. Not the Thomas one, which was also completely off the track.
Yes.
And I was like, well, that's not open. Like, fine. I will take the fact that the vehicles are not on the track. That is not the thing that is operating today. There are things that were just like, nah, no.
There would just be a trash can at the entrance and no person, and you were like, "Is this? I guess this is closed?"
These parks also don't have wait times that are either posted or accurate.
Yeah.
And the efficiency is very like,
ooh,
all over the place. Very all over the place. Some rides like we flew through and we were like, oh, that was fun and unexpected. And then some rides we stood there for hours and we're like, why are we even here? I have expectations when I go to a theme park, and Six Flags is the loosest term used for theme park when it comes to that.
It's amusement park, not theme park.
It's tagged as a theme park because there are now my problem with Six Flags calling itself a theme park is you can't just slap paint and a picture of something on it and go, look, it's themed to the Joker. Like, you can't do that.
That's not how that works.
Some of the rides are more themed to the Joker. It looked like the Joker has taken over the ride, and I'm like, cool, this is a themed ride in a weird park. That makes no sense. Like, it's all over the place and inconsistent. So I felt like this one the theming was a bit all over the place, but because it had cohesive sections, I didn't feel as lost when I was walking through as other parks, but here we are. Join us again next time for another Six Flags Twinventure, where we rip apart Six Flags until they fix their stuff.